Welcome back to another edition of the Course Creation Incubator podcast. I'm your host, Gina Onativia, here to get you excited to take your expertise and your message from one-to-one to one-to-many with your digital course, your group coaching, your live cohort, whatever it looks like for you. I am here encouraging you the entire way. And today, I want to talk about something I like to call the 15-minute marketing makeover. Now, we're heading into the new year. We're just months away, hard to believe, from the new year. And this is the perfect time to pause, take a pulse on your marketing channels, decide what's working, what's not, and what to tweak so you can start strong in the new year. This is my favorite time to just see what's working. And I've done an episode about what to start, what to stop, what to innovate on. I'll link to that in the show notes as well. I'll link to some of the planning episodes I've done as part of this podcast. But for this, really, I just want to take 15 minutes of your time, thinking it's going to be 15 minutes. Let's see how it goes. And walk through your different channels and platforms to see what we can improve on. Now, this doesn't need to be a big, overwhelming project. In fact, we're going to try to do it in 15 minutes or less. And I'll walk you through a few checkpoints across your main marketing channels. So open a document, grab a Google Doc, whatever you want to do to make this actionable. Or if you're driving or walking or running, then just take notes, take mental notes for later. And before we dive in, of course, this episode is brought to you by our Done For You services. If you want some hand-holding in terms of building out your course marketing, building out your customer journey, doing your website, whatever that looks like for you, we only take a couple of clients a quarter. Apply at coursecreationboutique.com/course. I'd love to chat you up. Before we get into the meat of this episode, I've been setting outcomes for next year. It's definitely on my mind. And good old Tony Robbins, former boss, former mentor, talked about not making resolutions, but outcomes. That's my favorite question, right? One of my favorite questions, what's the outcome? And one of the outcomes that I've been thinking about for a year, but have been too scared to move forward on, is to train for a half marathon. Now, I've been pushing this off because I've been scared. I think I can't do it. It's the fear. Let's just be honest. It's the fear holding me back. And now I'm thinking it's the time. I had the eye surgery 2 years ago. And in the back of my mind, I got to think, well, I'm not getting any younger. I need to go for it. So for me also, outcomes should be a little bit scary, almost out of reach, or they feel like they're out of reach. They should feel motivating. They should feel rewarding and be a bit of a learning experience. So for me, for running, I've been dabbling. Like, okay, let's talk about some Tony Robbins keywords and language here. He talks about dabbling versus mastering. Bo Eason, another mentor of mine, talks about this as well. I've been dabbling in running. So I can do 3 miles at a time. I can do a nice 5K, but I want more. I want to master in my own realm the art of running. So I picked up this book called 80-20. I might enlist in a paid community for runners. And I really want to learn what it takes to be a great runner. And that's what it's going to take to be trained for a half marathon. So no more tiptoeing around. I really want to master the art of running for me. So I know I'll need certain things to get to the half marathon. I know I'll need certain elements. So first is that community. So I'm thinking about that paid community. The next is a coach. So I've got this 80-20 book. He could be my coach. My trainer, Amber, is also coaching me. And then that accountability, which might be that community. So I haven't figured that all out yet, but I know I've got that bigger outcome that I'm looking forward to. Again, it feels super scary. So whatever you're looking forward to in the new year, think about a scary outcome for you. Personally, professionally, for you, it might be finally leaving a 9-to-5. I was just talking to a woman the other day who said, hey, I've been going full-time. Now I've been part-time for the last year. I think it's finally time to take the plunge and do online marketing or work with my online community full-time. Whew. I know it's a big leap. If it feels scary, then it might be the right direction. And if it feels uncomfortable, let's do it. Let's be uncomfortable together. Okay, so today though, we're doing that 15-minute marketing makeover, and we're really assessing our different tools that we've been putting out, and energy and resources we've been putting out. So you're going to send out 3 emails as part of this campaign, making sure they're still interested. In that, you could provide the added value. You're asking them to click yes or no if they're interested in still hearing from you. Second email, same thing. Maybe there's a blog or a video or something that you can link to, added value. Third email, same thing. And then you say, like, after this, hey, I'm just going to remove you from the list. No hard feelings. These are critical for the health of your list because some of you have hangers on that are hurting your deliverability and hurting the health of your list. And email marketing to me is still one of the best channels that you can do as an online marketer. So we want that list to be healthy and effective for you when you are sharing your content week to week or month to month, and then you're bringing on special offers. So think about doing a re-engagement campaign. That's number 1 in terms of email marketing. And then also look at the content you've been putting out. How are your emails doing? Your weekly or your monthly or your bi-monthly content? Are people clicking? Are they interested in your content? Have you been doing long form, but maybe you should test some short form emails, or the opposite? Maybe you should test additional personal stories about you. Maybe they want to hear more about your personal life. Are there little things that people want to hear from you? If your list is engaged, you can survey them. Hey, is there something that you want to hear about from me in the upcoming months? Do you have questions? Do you have pain points that you want to solve for? Because I want to see if you're seeing a dip in terms of your email marketing. It might be time to refresh your subject lines, test new formats, like I just said, short form, long form, or send less often with more value. So figure it out. Like I mentioned on this podcast, we've gone to a bi-monthly schedule, not necessarily because of the email marketing, because of my schedule that we've done that, and to just give me some room to breathe. But that might be a nice option for you as well. Don't be afraid to change it up. I think sometimes we think, oh my gosh, I've put so much love and energy into something. I don't want to lose the opportunity of it, but you can always go back to it. I know I can always go back to weekly podcasts for this incubator podcast. All right. The second area that I want you to think about for your marketing makeover is social. And how is your champion platform doing? The one that drives the most engagement or traffic for you. Could be Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it looks like. How is it performing overall? Are you seeing steady engagement or has it plateaued? Right? So pull your analytics. This is a great opportunity. This episode could just be 15 minutes to pull your analytics and check your metrics, right? If you're holding steady, great. If you're seeing dips, why might you be seeing dips? Or if you're seeing spikes that go up, that's a great thing. Let's do some detective work and figure out why that's happening and how we could repeat it. So pulling your metrics, so important, once a month. And this is a great opportunity if you haven't pulled metrics lately to see what's working for you. And I say the one champion platform because I don't expect you to rock it out in 3 different platforms. If you can stoke engagement and fire and excitement in one platform, I think that's really working for you. Also, what's your cadence and how's it going? If you're burning out trying to post every day, maybe it's time to scale back to quality over quantity. Or maybe you need to increase consistency with something simple like 1 video tip, 1 value post each week. Look for patterns. What types of content gets saved, shared, or commented the most? And then you can make adjustments accordingly. But this is a great time to check to see what's working and what's not. Another area is your lead generation. Where are your new leads coming from right now? Is it a freebie, a webinar, a challenge, partnerships, right? Media. Where are your leads coming from right now? What's your number 1 source speaking? And how is your customer journey performing? If you haven't checked your conversion rates lately, here's your friendly reminder, right? Sometimes it's about how you're nurturing people. I'll link to that episode I did about nurture campaigns I did a couple weeks ago. What's one new way you could generate leads in the new year? Maybe you try a mini workshop, a quiz, a co-branded lead magnet. I'll link to that lead magnet series that I did as well to hopefully inspire you with some new ideas. Now, I mentioned partnerships. Now, this is a great time to look back and look forward. Who did you collaborate with this year? Which partnerships actually moved the needle and brought you visibility, credibility, new subscribers? And think about who you'd love to partner with in the new year. So I've been talking about how I did the copywriting course with Megan O'Leary. I loved partnering with Megan for that course. She was a tremendous partner. We created incredible content, and I love that course. And that was a win-win. Now, I've had people reach out to me for summits. I don't think I've talked about this before, but I've been saying no to summits lately because that's not where I want to take my business. It doesn't make sense. It made sense 2 or 3 years ago, and I actually love this summit that I did a few years ago, but it just wasn't appropriate for my business and the leads that I wanted. So looking at opportunities to partner, like a summit, and saying, okay, is this the audience I want? Or am I looking for something different in the new year? I think is really important. So just as important as who do I want to partner with, it's knowing how to say no because it's not right or it's not appropriate for your business. But I love to partner. So start that list now and set a reminder to reach out. And you could start reaching out now, by the way, and just start giving them love on social and saying hi, and then introduce the partnership in a few months. Okay. And then finally, I do want to talk a little bit about paid media. I know we don't talk a ton on this podcast, but if you've been mostly doing organic, maybe this is the year to dip your toes in the paid media water, even with a small test budget. Now, you could start with one outcome. Maybe you want to grow your list or promote a freebie. That's a great outcome to start with, by the way. You don't need a huge spend to see results. However, I want you to have a clear outcome or objective and a good funnel to back it up. It could be a simple funnel, but I want to make sure that once you are paying for ads, you're nurturing those leads to the next step and then to an offer. Or if you've been already running ads, taking a look at your performance. Are they bringing in quality leads? What's your cost per lead? And are those leads converting into buyers? Now, if you're just getting started with ads, just pick one platform to start. For example, start with Meta. Or start boosting your content. Again, you could do it on Meta and see how that goes and get more comfortable putting dollars against your content. And then you can grow from there and just do like one simple traffic ad, for example, on Meta. So I'll link to some of the ads podcasts that we've done in the past. You don't need to go and hire this big agency against it. You can dip your toe in the waters. Google ads are awesome as well. So think about that and think about maybe starting to do some research to take the first step towards ads. Not jump entirely in, but take the first step. All right, so hopefully that was helpful as we went channel by channel, outcome by outcome. Pick one of these areas: email, social, lead gen, partnership, paid, and spend 15 minutes today evaluating what's working and what's not. And then decide how you want to move forward in a few months in the new year. You don't need a total overhaul, small intentional tweaks that add up over time. Marketing isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things in a great way. Okay. And that adds up to an amazing multi-channel marketing effort. And I want nothing more for you guys to have momentum into the new year and spending time on the channels and the platforms and the effort that move the needle for you. All right, so hopefully this was helpful. If this has impacted your business in any way, I'd love for you to leave me a review. Until next week, go create, be you and be brilliant, and get it done.